Well, we try to do what's right for the long-term investor, and I think we have a good track record working with our regulators and trying to making sure we're thinking about all the issues around any filing. And so I can't get into the specifics of this filing, but I think the chart speaks quite well. We work really closely with our regulators, and we want to hear from the regulators what are their issues and can we fix those issues around that. So we hope that, like in the past, we could be working with our regulators and get the filing approved one day. And I have no idea what that one day will be, but and so we'll see how that all plays out. Specifically on Bitcoin, as I've said in the past, we're a believer in digitization of products. ETFs was a big revolution for the mutual fund industry, and it's really taking over the mutual fund industry. And we do believe that if we can create more tokenization of assets and securities, and that's what Bitcoin is, it could revolutionize again finance. And so we look at this as an opportunity to move one step further in terms of providing investors, fractions of shares, fractions of this, democratizing the cost of investing. Over the last 10 years, we've lowered the cost of iShares ETFs by 30%. So what we're trying to do is make it more accessible or easy. The attempt in terms of what we're trying to do with crypto is make it more democratized with all the crypto and making it much cheaper for investors. Right now, the bid-ask spread for crypto is very expensive. It does erode a lot of the returns that you speak about because it costs a lot of money right now to transact Bitcoin, and it costs a lot of money to get out of that. And so we hope our regulators look at these filings as a way to democratize crypto, and we'll see in the future how that plays out.
You were never a crypto skeptic like Buffett. I mean, Buffett and Charlie Munger come out and they say all this bad stuff about it. But you were kind of skeptical.
Yeah, I was skeptical because the early users it was heavily used for, let's say, illicit activities. And I think as it became more accessible, and also I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country, or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in. Let's be clear: Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency, and so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of Blackrock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today.
Right, hasn't the technology sort of diverged from the value of the digital coins? I mean, I don't know a lot of people who use the blockchain. That's the Bitcoin technology to transact. I know a lot of people who hold Bitcoin. You don't hold Bitcoin, right?
I don't own anything other than mutual funds and Blackrock shares.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying? There's been advancement. There's a utility, it seems, out of nowhere about this digital coin. I don't see the utility in the underlying technology, and isn't that bad?
Well, no, I actually believe the underlying technology is fantastic because the blockchain will help you accelerate the processes of transactions. The blockchain will help you identify. I mean, let's be clear. If you have a pure blockchain and you have knowledge of who the buyers and sellers are, we could then, we don't need custodians anymore. Okay. We don't need, the whole process of finance. Some of the intermediaries are broken down. And so this is why we're all studying.
But we're not there.
We're not close to there. But it's an advancement of technology. Yeah. I mean, it's no different than the spirit around AI and what AI can do.
Crypto enthusiasts were in for a roller coaster when BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBTC, mysteriously disappeared from the DTCC website, only to resurface later. This led to intense speculation. Was it a glitch or part of a bigger plan? Renowned analyst Eric Balchunas exclaimed, "It's Baak," as IBTC resurfaced. Observers noted subtle differences in the listing, and experts speculated this was BlackRock's way of preparing for a possible launch if they get SEC approval. While the market initially dropped by 3% when IBT vanished, its reappearance sparked a 20% surge. Bitcoin's price now hovers at $34,227, highlighting its sensitivity to ETF-related news. Amid the Bitcoin ETF drama, the SEC charged BlackRock with a $2.5 million fine for misrepresenting its investments in the entertainment industry, particularly Aviron Group, a film production company. This issue poses questions as the crypto world eagerly awaits the SEC's verdict on BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF application. A Bitcoin ETF could open doors for Wall Street investors to enter the crypto world. With rumors of the SEC possibly approving the Bitcoin ETF, the market watches and waits for regulatory developments. BlackRock, a financial titan with over $9.43 trillion in assets, faced SEC charges related to misrepresentations of investments in the entertainment industry, specifically Aviron Group, a film production company. In the crypto world, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBTC, had an eventful week. It disappeared and reappeared on the DTCC website, triggering market swings. These events demonstrate the balance between regulatory challenges and investor expectations. As we await further developments, all eyes are on BlackRock and the SEC as their actions continue to influence the market. Let's continue our discussion with Larry.
We have 4,400 banks. We have more banks in the United States than any country in the world. We believe in local banks, so we have a strong foundational belief that local banks are good. But to have 4,400 maybe is too many. Liz, you framed it perfectly. I believe interest rates are going to continue to go higher. I think the Federal Reserve is going to have to do minimum of 2, but maybe as much as 4 more tight.
More rate, 25 basis points.
25 basis points, another 100 basis points. I actually believe inflation is stickier and more structural. And so I see a future of higher interest rates. Higher interest rates is going to create more stress in commercial real estate. Mm-hmm. Commercial real estate is the largest asset category of regional banks. And so there may be stresses.
That's a problem.
But the first 3 banks did not have stress on credit. They had stress on their mismatch of their assets and liabilities. Could we move towards more of a crisis towards credit? Absolutely. Is that systemic? Probably not. It's not. It doesn't have to be systemic.
It's not the big banks. I mean,
it's not the big banks. And more importantly, the economy is really strong now and getting stronger. It's not getting weaker. We have the 3 large stimulus packages that were enacted over the last year, the Infrastructure Act, the CHIPS Act, and the IRA. It's all just starting the J curve. This is going to, and it was $1 trillion over many years, but of stimulus. It's just entering the economy.
It's been too much.
Yes, but it's entering the economy.
Where are we in the cycle of spending that? Halfway, 3/4?
5%.
What is it?
We're just starting, Charlie. This is just happening. And so think about how many jobs it takes to rebuild airports and freeways and ports. The job demand from these acts is going to be enormous. And so here we are talking about commercial real estate as it may be a problem, but the stimulus that we're going to see in the other parts of the economy is extraordinary. And owning companies that are involved in the rebuilding of our infrastructure, these are going to be good long-term holds.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.